My granddaughter told me a month ago, I see that you yourself feel that you are not happy with yourself. My name is Ben. I am an American veteran, and she's right. I am not happy. Here's the last episode from my life. Picture this. Tuesday afternoon at Parkview Grocery. My usual shopping day. I'd made my way through the produce section, picking up those sweet Vidalia onions I like for my morning eggs, when I noticed people giving me strange looks. Nothing new there. At 85, you get used to being invisible or, worse, being looked at like you're a relic from another era. I'd gotten everything on my list and was about to check out when it happened. A woman, looked about 40, expensive haircut, tiny designer dog tucked under her arm like a fashion accessory, wrinkled her nose dramatically as I approached the register. "Excuse me," she said loudly to the cashier, not even bothering to lower her voice. "I think you need to ask this gentleman to leave." The way she said gentleman made it clear she thought I was anything but. The poor cashier, young kid, probably in high school, looked mortified. "Ma'am." "He looks like a homeless person," she continued, her voice carrying down the aisles. "And he smells like one too. It's unsanitary. I shouldn't have to shop in these conditions." Time seemed to stop. Everyone was staring now. I felt the heat rise in my cheeks, not from embarrassment, mind you, but from anger. 40 years serving this country, and this is the respect I get. But then, beneath the anger came a horrible realization. What if she was right? Had I become so nose-blind to my own scent that I couldn't tell? I'd showered. When was it? 3 days ago? 4. The days tend to blur together since Martha passed. I abandoned my cart right there and left without a word. Dignity intact, at least outwardly. But inside, that's another story. The truth is, I've been struggling with this whole self-care business since becoming a widower. Martha used to lay out my clothes, remind me when it was bath day. Without her gentle nudging, I've let things slide. Not intentionally, you understand. When your joints ache like they're full of broken glass, and getting in and out of the tub feels like an Olympic event, showering falls pretty low on the priority list. But that woman's words, harsh as they were, forced me to face something I'd been avoiding. I wasn't taking care of myself the way I should. The way Martha would have wanted me to. The way I deserved. So here I am, making changes. Not for that woman with her designer dog and her judgmental attitude. For me. Because this old soldier might be battle-worn, but he's not defeated. Not by a long shot. Step 1. Understanding why body odor changes as we age. When we talk about hygiene for seniors, the conversation often centers around frequency of bathing, but rarely touches on the elephant in the room, body odor. As we age, our bodies undergo numerous changes, and many of these directly affect how we smell. It's not just about showering, it's about understanding what's happening to our bodies and adapting accordingly. First, let's tackle the most common question. Why do older adults sometimes develop stronger body odor? As we age, our skin changes. It becomes thinner, drier, and the composition of sweat glands shifts. The apocrine sweat glands, those responsible for the smellier sweat, don't produce as much fluid, but the bacteria on our skin that cause odor remain active. Additionally, our sense of smell diminishes over time, making it harder for us to detect our own body odor. That's why sometimes friends or family might notice something we're completely unaware of, like my granddaughter trying to gently hint at my situation. Medications can also play a significant role in body odor. Many prescription drugs common among seniors have side effects that include increased sweating or changes to body chemistry that affect smell. Conditions like diabetes can create a distinctive sweet or fruity odor, while kidney issues might cause an ammonia-like smell. For many elderly individuals like myself, addressing body odor isn't just about cleanliness. It's about safety, comfort, and maintaining dignity. That woman at the grocery store didn't know that getting into a shower is like navigating an obstacle course for me. Slippery surfaces, the struggle to stand for extended periods, the fear of falling. She didn't see the arthritis that makes it difficult to reach certain areas of my body, or understand how exhausting a simple shower can be when every joint protests with pain. Step 2. Creating a manageable hygiene routine. After my humiliating experience at the grocery store, I realized I needed a better system for personal hygiene, one that worked with my limitations rather than against them. For seniors dealing with body odor concerns, showering 2 to 3 times per week is generally sufficient. As I mentioned earlier, our skin produces less oil as we age, making daily showers unnecessary and potentially harmful, leading to dryness and irritation. But this doesn't mean skipping out on cleanliness between showers. On non-shower days, a sponge bath or using a damp washcloth with a mild soap to clean key areas such as the face, underarms, groin, and feet can keep us feeling fresh and comfortable. This approach, sometimes called a partial bath, has been a game changer for me. It takes less time, requires less energy, and still addresses the areas most likely to develop odor. Timing matters too. I found that an evening hygiene routine works best for me. The warm water helps ease my arthritic joints, making it easier to fall asleep. Plus, cleaning up before bed means I don't carry the day's accumulated sweat and odor into my sheets, which helps keep my bedding fresher longer. Speaking of sheets, changing bed linens weekly is essential for odor control. Fresh bedding can significantly reduce persistent smells that might otherwise cling to our bodies and clothes. For those of us who experience night sweats or incontinence issues, more frequent changes might be necessary. Step 3. Specialized products that make a difference. After that grocery store incident, my daughter took me shopping for products specifically designed for seniors with odor concerns. Let me tell you, I was amazed at what's available nowadays. It's not just about masking odors, it's about preventing them from developing in the first place. When it comes to soap, harsh products are the enemy of aging skin. They strip away natural oils, leaving skin dry, itchy, and paradoxically, sometimes more prone to odor as the body tries to compensate. Instead, I've switched to gentle, fragrance-free cleansers designed for sensitive skin. Antibacterial soaps can be helpful for odor control, but look for ones with moisturizing ingredients like glycerin, aloe vera, or oatmeal to prevent dryness. For underarm odor, clinical strength antiperspirants applied at night. Yes, at night. They work better that way because they have time to create a barrier while you're less active, can provide longer-lasting protection. Some seniors find that using antiperspirant on other areas where skin touches skin, under the breasts, between thighs, or in abdominal folds, can help prevent odor in those areas too. Don't forget about oral hygiene. Bad breath can significantly contribute to how others perceive our overall smell. Dry mouth, common among seniors and often a medication side effect, can worsen breath odor. Staying hydrated, using alcohol-free mouthwashes, and cleaning dentures thoroughly can make a world of difference. One product I've found particularly helpful is a no-rinse body wash. On days when getting into the shower feels impossible, these products clean without requiring water, making it easier to maintain hygiene regardless of mobility issues. My granddaughter found me one that contains aloe and leaves my skin feeling clean without the dry, tight feeling many cleansers cause. For many seniors, body odor isn't just about sweat. It's complicated by other factors that younger folks might not experience. Incontinence can be a significant source of odor concerns. Using high-quality, absorbent products designed specifically for adults is essential, but the key is changing them frequently enough to prevent moisture buildup and odor development. I've learned to pair these products with breathable, loose-fitting clothing that allows air circulation. Foot odor can be particularly problematic for seniors, especially those with diabetes or circulation issues that make proper foot care difficult. Washing feet daily, even if the rest of the body gets a pass that day, thoroughly drying between toes, using antifungal powders, and changing socks daily helps keep foot odor at bay. I've started keeping a small basin next to my favorite chair so I can soak my feet while watching my evening programs. It's become a relaxing ritual that also helps with odor control. For those with dementia or cognitive challenges, maintaining hygiene can be especially difficult. My neighbor Harold struggles with early-stage Alzheimer's, and his daughter has created visual cues in his bathroom, pictures showing the sequence of washing, to help him remember his hygiene routine. For seniors who might resist bathing due to fear or confusion, keeping things simple, maintaining consistency, and creating a soothing environment can make all the difference. Another challenge many of us face is laundry. Clean clothes are essential for odor control, but doing laundry can be physically demanding. I've arranged with my neighbor's teenage son to help with laundry once a week in exchange for my sharing stories about my military service, an arrangement that benefits us both. If hiring help isn't an option, simplifying the laundry process with easy-to-use detergents, reducing the amount of clothing that requires special care, and breaking the task into smaller sessions can make it more manageable. Step 4. Creating a supportive environment. That day in the grocery store taught me something important. While that woman's approach was cruel, the underlying message, that my hygiene needed attention, was something I needed to hear. But it should have come from someone who cared about me, in a way that preserved my dignity. For family members and caregivers reading this, please understand that addressing hygiene and odor issues with an elderly loved one requires tremendous sensitivity. Approach the conversation privately, with compassion, and focus on health and comfort rather than social embarrassment. Offer specific, practical help rather than vague suggestions. My daughter didn't just tell me I needed to shower more. She installed grab bars in my bathroom, bought me a shower chair, and introduced me to products that made the whole process easier and more pleasant. For seniors struggling with mobility or energy issues, don't hesitate to ask for help or consider adaptive equipment. A handheld shower head gives better control and makes washing while seated much easier. Long-handled sponges can help reach difficult areas without straining. Shower chairs reduce the risk of falls and conserve energy. These tools don't just make showering safer, they make it more comfortable and thorough, addressing odor concerns more effectively. Community resources can also provide valuable assistance. Many areas have senior service agencies that offer in-home help with personal care. Medicare may cover some home health aid services if prescribed by a doctor. Even local high schools sometimes have programs where students earn community service credits by helping seniors with household tasks, including laundry, which, as we've discussed, is crucial for odor control. Step 5. Maintaining dignity while addressing odor issues. Perhaps the most difficult aspect of dealing with body odor as a senior is the emotional impact. That feeling in the grocery store, of being judged, dismissed, deemed unworthy of basic respect, cuts deep, especially for those of us who have always taken pride in our appearance and hygiene. What I've come to realize is that accepting help with hygiene isn't surrendering independence. It's adapting to changing circumstances. It takes courage to acknowledge when we need assistance, and wisdom to accept it gracefully. There's no shame in using tools or products designed to make hygiene easier. They're simply adaptations that allow us to maintain our dignity and comfort as our bodies change. For those days when showering feels impossible due to pain or fatigue, having alternatives ready, like the partial bath method I mentioned earlier, ensures that hygiene doesn't have to be all or nothing. Some hygiene is always better than none, and having multiple options makes it more likely that we'll do something rather than nothing. I've also found that reframing hygiene routines as self-care rather than chores has helped me stay motivated. I don't shower because I have to, or because I'm afraid of being judged. I do it because I deserve to feel clean, comfortable, and confident. That shift in perspective has made a world of difference in my consistency. A final word from this old soldier. That day in the grocery store could have broken my spirit, could have made me retreat further into isolation. Instead, it became the wake-up call that led me to reclaim this aspect of my life. I still see that woman sometimes, still with her tiny dog, still looking judgmental, but now I can walk past her with my head held high, knowing that I'm taking care of myself the best way I can. For other seniors struggling with similar issues, I want you to know you're not alone. Body odor is a natural part of aging, but it doesn't have to define your social interactions or self-image. With the right approach, combining suitable products, adaptive techniques, and perhaps a dose of help when needed, it's entirely possible to stay fresh and confident, regardless of physical limitations. The key is to be kind to yourself through the process. Your body has carried you through decades of life, through joys and sorrows, accomplishments and challenges. It deserves your respect and care, even as it changes. And you deserve to move through the world with dignity, regardless of age or ability. If you found this message helpful, please consider subscribing to our channel for more senior-friendly advice on navigating the challenges of aging with grace and humor. This old soldier still has plenty of wisdom to share, and I'd be honored to have you along for the journey.